Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and we're going to unbox the all-new iPad Air 2. I just received it. We'll open it up here and pull it out of the box. Now, unlike the iPad Air of last year, I actually picked up the non-LTE version. I actually bought the non-LTE version Space Gray model. I have the LTE Space Gray model of last year's. It actually has a skin on the bottom, but this one is the non-LTE, and the reason is I never use the LTE on it. So this is the 64 gig model. They come in 16, 64, and 128, just like the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus this time around. And Space Gray, I really don't care for gold. I do like the silver. It might have matched the iPhone 6 well, but really like that Space Gray. And the only reason I didn't get the Space Gray iPhone was because they didn't have any when I bought my iPhone. So let's open this up here. I didn't have a knife handy, so I just used the end of a USB. Let's open this up. And you have a couple different options, like I said, 16, 64, and 128 at $499, $599, and $699. Tack an additional $129 on there if you're going to get the LTE model. It's insanely thin and light. Now, they've added a couple things to it. There isn't probably a big reason to upgrade, but here is the iPad Air, and it definitely feels thinner. Inside, it looks just like last year's model. You've got your documentation here, Apple stickers, iPad info. Here you have your USB to Lightning adapter and your iPad charger. This is the 10-watt charger for those of you that were interested. So let's set all of that aside and let's take a look at the iPad Air 2. Now, the iPad Air 2 has only a couple obvious changes from the iPad Air 1. One of those being that it's thinner. It's missing the switch on top here, and I'll compare that in a second. We do have a new camera, and we'll talk about that in a moment, and we've got Touch ID. It's definitely thinner. It feels like you're holding just a screen at this point. I thought the Air 1 was fine and really didn't need replacing, but holy cow, is this thing light and thin. So let's take a look at the two of them side by side. Turn this one off. Now, I do have a skin on this, so it will make it slightly thicker, but not very much. So let's see. Side by side, you can see the obvious differences. That skin is peeling up, actually. And the obvious differences are the speaker ports are a little bit different on the iPad 2 on the left, iPad Air 2. Everything else looks pretty much the same. On the front, it looks the same, other than the Touch ID at the bottom. On the top, we've got a little bit of a difference as far as thinness goes, and since this is the non-LTE version, you can see the power switch is a little bit thinner, actually, it looks like. Maybe not. Maybe that's just me, where I'm sitting. On this side, though, this is the obvious change here. No more rotate switch or vibrate switch on the iPhone as you might have it, but no more anti-rotate switch. You can do that from settings. Instead, they've replaced it with a little hole for the speaker for the new 8-megapixel camera on the back. So the camera is different on the back. On this iPad Air on the right, we have the speaker here, or the microphone here. Microphone is right here. So a little bit different there. Incredibly thin. It's needlessly thin almost. But that's a quick look at it. The iPad Air 2 is it's ridiculously thin. They have laminated the display to the glass now, which is nice, and that's definitely a difference. One of the other differences is the new A8X chip inside of it. It's got 3 cores. This also has 2 gigabytes of RAM and also has the M8 Motion coprocessor in it. It's really nice. It's that 9.7-inch Retina we've all come to love at 2048 by 1536, 264 pixels per inch. And one of the big changes is the iSight camera in the front and the back. On the back, we have an 8-megapixel iSight camera with autofocus and an f2.4 aperture. It's got a 5-element lens and looks really good in the tests I've seen so far. It also has that 120 frame per second slow motion we got with the iPhone 5S. On the front, we have a 1.2 megapixel forward-facing camera with an f2.2 aperture. It only does 720p video, while the back does 1080p. So we basically have all the features of the iPhone 5S. We do have Apple Pay, but no NFC built in, so we can't use it with that. If you got the model that comes with the LTE, you also get a GPS antenna, where you don't in the other iPad, or in this iPad. You do have FaceTime audio and all the other little nice things that you have. And again, that A8X chip is supposedly extremely fast, and it'll be nice to test that. And I'll do some tests in the future of side-by-side of games and things to see how fast things run. But that's pretty much it. It's the iPad Air 2. Not too much of a change, but may or may not be worth upgrading. I don't know why Apple needs to keep shrinking these and shrinking these. I'd be happy with the same thickness iPad Air, just give me a little more battery life. That would probably make me a little happier, but let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, comment, like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.